Welcome back, everyone. Get ready, because today's deep dive is on someone who needs no introduction, really. We're talking about the powerhouse, Indra Nooyi.
A true icon, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We're diving deep into the career of former PepsiCo CEO Indra Nooyi. But, this isn't just a highlight reel of her achievements. We're going deeper.
Exactly. Beyond the headlines. We want to uncover what fueled her rise to the top, what made her leadership so impactful. It's about extracting those golden nuggets of wisdom, those practical insights that we can all learn from, regardless of where we are in our own careers.
And let me tell you, prepping for this deep dive, I was struck by something. Our source material, it's in Spanish. Talk about a fresh perspective. It's amazing how a different language can add this whole other layer to a story we think we know.
It's those unexpected nuances.
Right.
I'm really curious to see how this different lens will illuminate her story.
Me too. But let's start at the beginning. Indra Nooyi's journey begins in Chennai, India. Now, one thing that consistently stands out is her family's unwavering emphasis on education.
It's that classic foundation, isn't it?
Yeah.
But more than just academics, it's about instilling that hunger for knowledge, that drive to excel. Those are qualities that can really propel you forward in life.
And you see that reflected in her choice to pursue a hardcore technical education, right? At the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, physics, chemistry, math. Not exactly fields known for being, super welcoming to women, even today.
Tell me about it. It speaks volumes about her determination to break barriers, that refusal to be limited by expectations.
Totally. And that fearlessness just continues. Fast forward, she decides to go for her MBA at Yale in the 1970s. I mean, wow, a young woman from India navigating a whole new world, a top-tier American university, and again, in a male-dominated field. That takes guts.
No kidding. You can practically feel the ambition radiating off of her, even back then. So we've got a future CEO armed with a world-class education and this unshakable self-belief. What's next for her?
Well, she jumps headfirst into the world of consulting, landing at BCG, a breeding ground for future business leaders.
Talk about a pressure cooker. It's where those strategic thinking skills are really forged, right?
Right, like boot camp for the business world. And this is where she really hones those analytical skills, becomes this master strategist, and you can almost see how this experience becomes the blueprint for her success later at PepsiCo.
Oh, absolutely. She was never afraid to rock the boat, challenge the status quo. Those are qualities that thrive in that kind of environment, right?
Totally. But it wasn't just about crunching numbers and building models. She was developing a deep understanding of human behavior, market dynamics. She was really connecting the dots.
And that's key, because it's one thing to have the raw intelligence and ambition, but it's that understanding of people, of the market, that elevates a good leader to a great one. It's that ability to see the bigger picture, right? And she doesn't stop there. She takes on roles at Motorola and AZ Brown Boveri.
And it's not just job hopping. She's gaining this incredibly diverse experience across different industries.
It's almost like she's building this arsenal of skills, wouldn't you say? Preparing for something bigger.
Exactly. And then in 1994, she lands at PepsiCo, VP of Strategy and Development. And let me tell you, she hit the ground running.
And how? I mean, one of her first major contributions.
Right.
The acquisition of Tropicana. Talk about a game changer.
Huge. This wasn't just adding a brand to the portfolio. It was a strategic power move. She was already looking ahead, anticipating changes in the market.
Exactly. She saw the rise of the health-conscious consumer before it was a thing. Recognized that Tropicana, with that whole fresh, natural vibe, it was a perfect fit.
It's like she had the sixth sense for consumer trends.
Yeah.
And of course, her ascent within PepsiCo, it's meteoric.
CFO in 2001, then bam, 2006, she's CEO. Talk about shattering that glass ceiling.
Yeah. It's monumental. A woman of Indian origin leading a Fortune 500 company. And you know what's even more remarkable? She didn't just maintain the status quo, she transformed the company from the inside out.
And that's where performance with purpose comes in, right? This wasn't just a fancy slogan, it was a whole new way of doing business.
So tell us more about that. What was the driving force behind this initiative?
Well, Nooyi, she recognized the world was changing, right? Consumers were demanding more from companies. It wasn't just about profits anymore. It was about social responsibility, sustainability. She understood that.
It's like that whole idea of doing well by doing good, right?
Right.
And she wasn't afraid to put her money where her mouth was. Under her leadership, PepsiCo made huge strides in reducing their environmental impact, investing in healthier products.
And let's not forget about her commitment to diversity and inclusion. She really walked the walk on that front.
She did. And it wasn't just talk. I mean, she set some really ambitious goals, like reducing PepsiCo's water consumption by 20%. And they achieved it.
That's the thing about Nooyi. She wasn't afraid to aim high. And it wasn't just about PepsiCo. She used her platform to advocate for change on a larger scale. Her stance on sustainability, it sent ripples throughout the corporate world.
She really raised the bar for what it means to be a responsible company, but her advocacy didn't stop there. She was also a powerful voice for gender equality, both within PepsiCo and in the business world as a whole.
Absolutely. And what I find so inspiring is that she was always so open about her own experiences, talking about the challenges she faced as a woman in leadership.
It's so important to have those conversations to break down those barriers.
It really is. And she didn't shy away from the tough stuff either, like work-life balance. She was very vocal about the importance of family, even while running this massive company.
It really resonated with people, especially women who are often told they have to choose between career and family,
Exactly. She showed that it's possible to have both. It might not be easy, but it's doable.
Exactly. And she was never afraid to talk about failure either. I mean, I love that quote where she says, "I've never seen a business plan that 5 minutes later, when you're putting it into execution, didn't go poof."
Right. It's so refreshing, especially coming from someone at her level.
Totally.
Right.
It reminds us that even the most successful people make mistakes, and that's okay.
It's how you learn and grow, right?
Absolutely. And her accomplishments, they speak for themselves, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's consistently ranked among Forbes' most powerful women, named one of Time's 100 most influential people.
The awards, the accolades, they're incredible. But I think her true legacy is much bigger than that.
Oh, for sure.
She changed the conversation around leadership. She proved that you can be compassionate, you can be a champion for social good, and still be incredibly successful in the business world. That's powerful.
It really is, and it's something that I think will continue to inspire generations to come.
Absolutely. She set a new standard, and it's up to all of us to continue pushing those boundaries.
Couldn't agree more. And on that note, I think we'll wrap up this deep dive on the incredible Indra Nooyi. Hopefully you're walking away feeling just as inspired as I am.
Oh, definitely. She's a true role model.
She really is. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.